like a Hellcat.
Hello and welcome back to the channel where it's time for episode 12 of my ISS Pro Evolution 2 Master League quest to assemble my ultimate team. Now I've got 59 points. This is going to pick up my last two players for my team. First one, another defensive half. Going through them all, there really isn't that many other defensive halves that are great on the game, and I basically decided in the end Emmanuel Petit is pretty much the next best. He's basically 17s all across the board. He's actually quite tall at 185 centimeters as well. He's better than Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira is taller, but statistically he's not that good yet. It was in the next game where he became genuinely good. So Emmanuel Petit joins the team. And the final position I need to pick up is that second side half midfielder that I've been going on about for ages because I really wanted a left-footed one, but there just are no good left-footed side half midfielders in the game. And going through all the ones that there just really aren't that many quality side halves on the game, in all fairness. I've already got Figo. I think he's the best one. Beckham probably is statistically the next best one to have, but he doesn't really function how I want a wide player to. He's not quick with the ball, so I'm not going to put Beckham in there, even though he's got great passing, great curving and dribble, just not that quick. So for me, I decided in the end to go for Finidi George of Nigeria, basically 17s across the board, but with 18 speed and 18 dribble, he's actually, in my opinion, the next best side half to have in your team, especially if he has a red arrow up. He is electrically quick. So Finidi George joins my squad as well, which means my squad is now maxed out and fully complete, and we can get on to the first of the two matches. So we kicked off the first match of this video against AC Milan. I had Finidi George in the team making his debut because he had a big fat red arrow up, and it was us that had the first opportunity of the game, a free kick from just outside the penalty area, but unfortunately I couldn't do anything with it and I hit it straight at the goalkeeper. More pressure followed. I passed it out wide to Finidi George. Great pace. He just clipped in a lovely cross. Marcelo Salas was there and he stuck it in the bottom corner to give us a 1-0 advantage. Wasn't long before we had more pressure. Giggs got wide on the other side. His cross was met by me. I turned, I hit my shot, but it was saved. It was straight at the goalkeeper. Pretty disappointing there. Buban had a shot from distance for them, which Georgie Campos brilliantly saved and got it away. They got another cross in, but we got it clear. Buban then had a free kick, which was absolutely the pits. Before we put more pressure on Finidi George out wide, his header was met by me at a stretch, but I couldn't quite turn it in. They had a little bit more pressure themselves. Serginho's cross, the header was straight at Campos, didn't really cause too many problems before Ryan Giggs broke wide on the left using his pace because he had a red arrow up too. Got the cross in, but unfortunately we couldn't finish it off. We did have one more half chance before the end of the half. A fantastic save though by their goalkeeper, and as we came to the end of the first half, it was 1-0. So Milan kicked off the second half, but it was us that had the first opportunity at 1-2 out wide. Saw me with loads of space to run into the box, pull it back. Rivaldo was there, and it gave us a 2-0 lead.
London won't give up their relentless attack.
More pressure followed as Finidi George was having a really good game, came inside, he unleashed a rocket which was very well saved, but Marcelo Salas was there to slam in the rebound and give us a 3-0 lead. They did have an opportunity with another free kick, but Buban again with a dismal effort, very embarrassing, before more great play by us. A brilliant ball out wide. Finidi George again using his brilliant pace, came inside, drilled it across, but the goalkeeper managed to palm it clear. They went straight at the other end though from the rebound. Shevchenko, using his pace, wasn't able to finish it. I brought Campos out and he dealt with it before Finidi George had more space again on the right hand side. He had a really great game, brilliant effort, but it didn't quite go in. This time Giggs played it into Salas. He turned, accelerated. He also had a red arrow up and Salas stuck it away to get his hat-trick and give us a 4-0 lead. They did have another half a chance with Shevchenko using his speed, but it was saved and it hit the post and we managed to get it clear before again Finidi George found space on the right hand side like he'd done so many times in the game. He cut inside, he pulled it back, Marcelo Salas was there, and then unbelievably he stuck it over. He didn't add to his tally of goals in the game. Milan simply couldn't find a way to get a single goal themselves, and we came away with a very good 4-0 victory.
London with an easy victory.
So with no signings required, I went straight into the second match against Roma. Bagiri started the game instead of Hadji because Hadji had an arrow down, and it was us that had the first opportunity. Giggs breaking down the left, he cut inside, hit a right-footed effort, took a deflection, it came to Babangida, but the goalkeeper managed to block it and put it out for a corner. More pressure followed through Edgar Davids. He found himself out on the right-hand side, which is odd. He came back, hit a left-footed effort, but the goalkeeper brilliantly saved it. Babangida then came from the right-hand side. He pulled it back to myself, but the defender got back and we just couldn't get a shot away before Babangida had another chance from the right-hand side. This time he went straight for goal himself, bursting in, he hit it, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. Again, more pressure followed. Roberto Carlos this time, he played it to myself. I managed to turn, hit one, it took a deflection. Roma managed to get it clear. It was quite difficult to break them down in all fairness. Giggs got a pass from Roberto Carlos, but his effort went wide. And as we got to the end of the first half, the score remained 0-0.
Oh, and that whistle signals the end of the first half.
So Roma kicked off the second half, and I was desperate to improve because my first half performance wasn't particularly good. It was us that had the first half opportunity of the second half. I hit one from the edge of the penalty area, but the goalkeeper tipped it over. But we continued with the pressure right from the get-go. This time I surged forward, played a 1-2 with Babangida, outran the defenders and slotted it into the bottom corner to give us a 1-0 lead. It really was a top quality goal, but Babangida didn't want to be outdone, so he decided to go on better, taking it past two players before slamming it in the bottom corner himself to give us a 2-0 lead. Roma tried their best, but it was pretty dismal. Montella's hit from the edge of the box had a huge deflection. It was easily dealt with before we piled on more pressure. Batistuta laid it off to Babangida. He surged into the penalty area, clipped across to the back post where I was there to nod it back across the goal to give us a 3-0 lead. More pressure followed from Babangida again. This time he crossed it in. I was there again, but my header went just wide. It was almost deja vu, to be fair. Rivaldo then ran in. He drilled one. It smacked the post. It came out to Babangida. His effort was saved. It came to Batistuta. His shot took a huge deflection, and it went in to give us a 4-0 advantage. Roma simply couldn't even find a consolation goal, pretty much like Milan in the last game, and we ran out with a very impressive 4-0 victory.
There's the whistle for the end of the game. London displayed their impressive...
So there we have it with those two final signings and those two final games. My ISS Pro Evolution Soccer 2 Master League quest is complete. My ultimate team has been formed and there really isn't anything else left to do in the game. Now I'm interested to know people's suggestions on players that you would have signed instead of perhaps some of the players that I would have signed. So let me know, comments or your ideal players down below. Now there will be one more video in this series, a special challenge match where I pit my team against my team, but I'll show you more about that next week when I do that video. But that is it today. Thank you for watching. If you do want to watch the whole playlist, it is in order from episodes 1 to 12, so you can always go back and watch from the start if you've missed any and see how my Master League team built up over time. That is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will be back next week with one more video in the series. Goodbye for now.